Oh, little Samsung, I miss you. I miss you in my heart. Where have you been? We're having a reunion. Today we're gonna do one of those douchebag videos. Is this camera still good in 2020? Should you buy? There's no affiliate links. Nobody sells these but eBay scammers. So good luck finding one.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Samsung NX1 with the dog squirrel. Oh, come on. Get it together, Samsung. Is it magic? Oh, the cinema was ours. Boy, was I lucky to get that masterpiece. So we're on the Pro lens 16 to 50, 2 to 2.8. And I just want to talk about, is this still the best camera ever made? It compares. It compares. If only the autofocus would latch on to me smoothly. So I made a bunch of notes. We'll get to them. I'm just holding this in my hand. Let's turn on the digital stabe. I think we needed that. Or do we? This is just lens stabe. There's no IBIS in this thing. If Samsung would have put IBIS in, it would have been the best IBIS you ever seen. But they didn't, and it's not. Let's turn it on. How's the crop? How's the crop on that one? Is it smoother now? Is it like gimbal status? Yeah. So let's talk about image quality. Just in comparison to what's released right now, I'm not joking you when I say that this compares to Canon's 8K. It's right there, neck and neck. I did the side by side. You saw it. You saw the beauty that befolded before our hearts. Samsung does a 6K oversampled to 4K, and it's a 28 megapixel, which still leads APS-C as far as I know. No, it doesn't. I know nothing. The Canon M6 Mark II, I think, has a 30. Does it? Point is, you can't beat it. In today's world, still a 28 megapixel. Even the Fuji X-T4 has 26. That's close. But the oversampling, even though it's 8-bit, I like the color science. It's a little bright today. It's a little bright on that. I could zoom instead of stopping down the aperture. Don't do it. But if we're talking just image quality and sharpness, how do you beat this thing? It can't. 2014. In fact, all my folders, whenever I release files onto my desktop, it says 2014, brings me back to the good old days when things weren't so hard. Can you take photos while doing video? All that did was stop the recording. Oh, God, I knew that. A part of me knew that. We're talking phase detect autofocus pixels of life, unless you move out here. Don't ever do it to yourself. Do you still have me? Sometimes it has you. If you stay in the middle and behave, it'll get you. And it's smoother. We'll test it later to show you. I'll tweak a couple settings. We'll see if it's the best thing you've ever seen. I think it is. I think it really is. We're talking 120 frames per second slow motion here with autofocus. I don't know if it got me. And audio? Don't quote me on that one. It could be there. I forget if the Canon M6 Mark II had autofocus in its slow motion, but like they barely just got that. Finally. I think this is probably oversampled from 6K 120p. Like it looks really good, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's a pain in the bitch to access it. I gotta be real with you. I'm not just gushing fanboyism over this thing. I mean, there's no custom modes. You can't save video features in the custom dials, so that doesn't work. So there is no slow motion setting. You can't set it to a custom button. So you have to go into the menu, and to top it off, you have to turn digital stabe off first. You can't just go to the frame rate, select it, so it's like a quick menu saved. Oh, I was already there. You have to turn digital stabe off, then switch your frame rate. But there's flags. They're coming. Oh yeah. When it comes to lenses, I think Samsung went the smart way and put digital stabe. They put OIS in the lens instead of IBIS, which can introduce wavy stuff unless you're Sony reptilians who fixed it. That's the better way. It makes them a little heavy. It's a little heavy. That's one of the downsides. This thing weighs 1268 grams. But this particular lens is a 24-75 Tone 3 to 4.2 full frame equivalent Tone-wise. That's a truck. That's unique. To this day, Tamron just released that equivalent-wise 25.5 to 105. It's not as wide, but it is longer, and it's a Tone equivalence of the higher one. You know what I mean? Samsung has the two. Why is it so dark? Let's pretend that's not happening. Samsung would never do that. Nope. What the fuck? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Sammy boy. What did I do? I broke you. Did I hurt your feelings? What if we zoom in? Yeah. I don't know what I touched. I touched the screen. Speaking of autofocus, Samsung would never let you down like that in real life. Right now we're at fully responsive, but slow minus to slow. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. Is it even on? Is the face tracking even on? Where's the box? I told you, it's temperamental. It's not like it used to be. It's an old girl. Don't be mad at her. But for the most part, it's the smoothest system we have. Even if you slowly just creep up on her like a creep at nighttime, asking her, hey, you single? That's your first words to her. That's what you expect her to respond to. Why are you lying to yourself? Like that's never gonna work. Okay, let's do the speed up. Speed is up and we zoomed in. Take two. Last time I checked, the autofocus system was one of the top performing. Take two. When I want to autofocus, I go to Samsung's house. That's what you gotta do. Okay, now we're at it. So we zoomed in and we're at fast now, and it should just track you so fast and immediate that it's dumb. It's just perfect. Like too fast. Wow. Latch on to me. I see your weakness. I see it now. Samsung doesn't like this motion, where you just appear out of nowhere and scare it. Don't do it. That slow motion's pretty good. You can tap and track. I don't know how it did with my face on the street crossings, but the squirrels, not bad. Not bad. Pretty close focusing distance for this lens. So, other things to note. The unlimited recording time, we already mentioned it, but back in 2014 they were doing that. Canon still hasn't done it once. Maybe in their cinema line. Nobody buys those. Only hobos. They had their H.265 codec before... Codec before it was cool. When it first came out, nobody could even play the files, which it sucked then, but now it edits smoothly and it's so efficient. Like the file sizes are tiny and they're 80 megabits per second, which is halved. So really it's a 160 equivalent, Panasonic to this day, right now, they're doing 150, 10 megabits more. There's only 8 bits, so it doesn't even count. But, as I've shown you right now, demon LUTs are possible. Doesn't even matter what bit you win. That was English. I zoomed in, but I'm not taking a chance of leaping out of frame and having it lose me. You're not gonna win this war, Samsung. You got me? All right, let's talk about some of the negatives. It's heavy as shit. It's like at least as heavy as the R5 with, oh my God. Oh, you're terrifying. Oh, you're so terrifying. Would you kill my cat if I brought him here? Oh God, he jumped on me. They go for the neck. It's about, don't quote me on that, but it's like R5 with the 15 to 35. It's in that territory. It's ridiculous. I hate it. What are you doing? Jump up here. Come on my shoulder, I'll give you a nut. Ah, don't bite my face. Here. You're not so scary. Oh, he's looking at me. Can you see him? Probably can't even see all that. That was a circus we just did. It wasn't even in the shot because I zoomed in like a moron. The next negative is they're out of business, basically. They don't make cameras anymore, so there's nothing to look forward to. If you ever did buy this thing, like, you're done. This is the top of the line. They don't have a better one. And so you could get other lenses, but there's nothing wide with Stabe, so what's the point? And ironically, that makes these more expensive because they're rare. That's so dumb. So they're out of business, they're heavy, there's no flippy screen. I got that mirror up hack. It's such a pain in the ass because when I'm filming the squirrels who jump up on my shoulder, right? I taught you this. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, I haven't had a plan B on how to feed them. Okay. Right. Oh God. Where did it go? Oh, someone help. Send help. Where did it go? Okay, here. Where were we? Yeah, that mirror hack on top. If I want to film B-roll of him, I can't see it. It blocks the screen for me, so I have to take it off. It's a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. The autofocus does jump to the hands sometimes. It's kind of iffy. We've seen it perform pretty badly today. You jump in the shot, it doesn't even get you. I have no idea if it has me now. It could, but not bad for 2014. It's ahead of any Panasonic. Actually, the S5 might be more reliable. I'm not kidding. It might not be as smooth, and it could be pulsing, but at least it gets you. And the phase detect pixels are only like right here. If you're out in the rule of thirds, that was terrifying. It doesn't really do it for you, so that's a pain in the bitch. How many can you eat? How many? How many will you eat? Okay, I'll put one up on the shoulder, and you'll come get it up here. Here, it's up here. Hey, you're eating it on me. Are we both in focus? Are we sliding to up? That was the cinema, trust me. Do you want to read my notes? No, you don't. The no custom modes, we've already talked about that. It's hard to switch modes. Harder than most because you have to turn the digital Stabe off. And the function buttons don't do what you want them to do. They should have it just slow-mo, and there's not going to be a firmware update ever. Ever. So those are my thoughts. Is it worth buying today? I don't know. It gives you a great image. It's just usability. There's some quirks. And I tried to give it to one of you hobos. I only got a couple responses. Dreamers. I wanted an established YouTube hobo in Toronto. And both of them didn't live in my world. And they had dream, I might start a channel one day. With this camera could do it. I guess I gotta wait for somebody. Do you want the camera? They don't. They'll make sex tapes with it. So one day I'll find a home for this. It was a gift, and that guy gave me the blessing to pass on the movement. Marcus Pix just gave one of these away. I'm the only one left in the world with it. I love it, but my Fuji's probably better in every way. The Sony's definitely better. There's not a camera I don't prefer over this. but I love it in my heart. So stable. The shakes, you can't even feel them. I'm going to leave. Thanks for watching and buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Affiliate links for the $7,000 NX1 down below. Subscribe for more videos.